Lene Jones Jules of Jules Realty, your real estate boutique. And today we have a special treat because for our real estate lunch roundtable, we're going to be talking with Michelet Jules of MRCrew Construction. Thank you so much for taking time out. I know you're on the site working today. So how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
You got on your different hat. You got on your workman's hat today.
Yeah, generally I would have my real estate hat, but you have to wear many different hats because there are times that it's required. Sometimes you want to have somebody do the work for you, but you don't necessarily, either you don't have the budget available or your contractor is not available. So there's little things that you should be able to do on your own, and that will take you a long way.
I hear you. So what you got going on today?
Well, today I'm over at a property in Irvington. I broke my own rules. I took on a project from a different contractor, and that's what makes the job a lot more difficult. It's easier to start from scratch and do it right, because once you have to correct somebody's problem or mistakes or bad workmanship, it makes it twice as hard.
Gotcha. Scraping and spackling. These are things that make a job look finished, gives you a finished look. You can tell when a house hasn't had their walls scraped and spackled properly. So what makes a good job versus a not so good job?
All right, I'm going to show you some examples. If you look at this wall, I had to go back over it from the previous contractor because they had some really, really bad work, and then they didn't spackle it. Of course, I couldn't take everything, but I'm going to zoom a lot closer. Can you see the imperfection here?
Yeah.
And these are some of the mistakes that I had to correct. Over here, they didn't have no corner bead. They just joined two sheetrock together. And I'm telling you, some really, really bad workmanship.
Okay.
But
So
when I show you something like that, it is a very important. Once they spackle the wall, they're supposed to sand the wall and then prime it. And then after they prime it, and then they paint it. Because if they don't do it, if they just put the paint on there, once you turn the light on, you could see the glare of where they made the corrections.
Gotcha. So since you're walking around in there, can you tell us a little bit about if somebody wants to put their house on the market? Can you tell us what are some quick little fixes that can help improve the value of a house?
Okay, since I'm in the kitchen right now, some of the stuff that could help improve the value of the house, I'm going to turn my camera over a little bit. Like, for example, if you're looking at this counter and you look in the back of the countertop, a nice bead of caulk along the side of the countertop would be nice. Any paint that's on the counter, and they look at this on the countertop that was done by the contractor. It would be nice if you ran a bead of caulk along that. That would, once you look at the counter or the cabinets, it makes it actually gives it a real nice finished look. And I could even come over here, and I don't know if it's a little bit of, if it's a little dark.
No, we can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another thing that you could do while you're over here at the sink, this is a stainless steel sink. It's easy to clean. Look at all that grime and that dirt over here. A nice little steel wool would clean it very nicely. And this is a very old faucet. By changing the faucet, you could just pick it up at your local hardware store and get yourself a more modern kitchen sink with a pull-down sprayer with definitely improve the look of your kitchen.
That's good. Yeah, so changing like just the hardware in the kitchen, like the faucets, the light fixtures,
Mm-hmm.
even like the handles on the cabinets, that can help kind of boost up your the market value a little bit.
You're absolutely right. You're actually wearing the same hat.
Oh, I'm sharing the hat. Oh, since you're in the kitchen, when a person is selling their house, you have to go, especially in Irvington, Newark, East Orange, we have to have a city inspection from the city.
That's correct.
What are some things that you got to make sure in the kitchens, especially, what are things that the inspector will look out for?
Okay, one of the things that as you were speaking, one of the things that's very glaring to me as you were speaking, if you could see this, now you see the light fixture?
Yeah.
The light fixture doesn't have a cover. You actually have two lights in here. Neither one of the light fixtures have any covers on it. And if you could see there is no covering around the outlet.
Mm-hmm.
And another problem that I could already see from the city, looking at these outlets right there, what is wrong with it? Can you tell?
No GFI.
That's correct.
Mm.
See, you are wearing the same hat.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, same thing over. And then when you go across here, even though you do have a GFI, that's an old GFI, it will pass the inspection, but I would recommend that you change the GFI. This one is not up to code because it needs to be a GFI. It's a regular outlet.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the most concerns in this kitchen. But also another issue that would have been, as you could see, this window was just painted, but you could tell that it's been painted over and over and over again over the years. But that will pass inspection because it is not peeling. But you see here, it's actually peeling right here. This will not pass inspection because it is required that you paint it because it's peeling. As you can see right here also.
Mm-hmm. So peeling paint, light fixtures, covered, outlets. You want to make sure your outlets are covered.
And the GFI.
GFI. Okay. Anything else?
Right now, that's the only thing in the kitchen that I would say that would not pass inspection. And the other thing that they do, they tend to go underneath the sink to see if there are any leaks. So as you can see, there is no leaks. So you wouldn't have no problem whatsoever with this kitchen except for the GFIs and the peeling paints.
Oh, okay.
The light covers.
Gotcha. From a contractor's perspective, when you're looking at a house, what would you say? So those same things that you pointed out for that would be glaring for a city inspector, that is also a key to that would have a problem with FHA loan?
Like I said, mostly peeling paint, falling ceiling, watermark in the ceiling. What else? If a floor is unsafe, let's say when you step on it, it feels weak. Damaged siding. What else? One thing that we forgot, I know it's on the exterior, is when you're trying to sell your house, it's very, very important that you get rid of any trash on or around your property.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's one of the, it just looks bad.
Right.
And then also any doors that's not on the hinges, you cannot have any locks on the doors. So these are all these are all the things that they look for.
Gotcha. Well, listen, I know you're, I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I appreciate you stopping work to chat with me. Is there anything that stands out that you want to share when it comes to general contracting, construction, from a contractor's perspective, but also knowing your real estate background? Is there something that you can share that we didn't speak about?
Well, the one thing that I could share with you is very important when you're thinking about using a contractor, that you use somebody that you've been recommended to. And make sure that they're licensed, and make sure anything that requires a permit, that they pull a permit. Because that way you are safeguarded, because the city is actually coming out to do the inspection. And once the city once they give you a pass sticker, I should say, once you get a pass sticker, you're not only getting an okay from your contractor, you're actually getting it from a third party.
Excellent. So it's lunchtime. What's for lunch? You going out for lunch?
I'm not going out for lunch, but I have a taste for some rice and bean and lala.
Oh, okay. Well, you can feel free to bring some home. Oh, all right. Listen, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day and to be on our real estate lunch roundtable. And thank you guys for checking us out. And I hope you will send us your questions. Maybe next week, Mitch will have his real estate hat on. It depends on if he finishes this project in time. But thank you, and have a wonderful weekend, and please be safe.
All right. Take care.
Peace.